Hello, my name is Peyton Sexton, and I did my presentation on the Muslim social pyramid.
A Muslim, by definition, is someone of or relating to the religion, law, or civilization of Islam. The social period of Muslims consists of mainly four classes: higher class, second class, third class, and the lowest class. Each social class is completed with different types of people. Muslims were considered to be followers of Allah and a practitioner of Islam. Allah was not only the ruler of Islam, another ruler was Muhammad. Allah presided over a community of spirits that consisted of a tribe with communal faith and no priesthood. Spirits were believed to inhabit natural objects such as trees, rivers, and mountains, while the supreme deity was symbolized by a sacred stone. Muhammad, on the other hand, did not have as many followers as he tried throughout his many years of ruling. Muhammad was acquainted with Jewish and Christian beliefs and gained his many followers through a symbolic trip to Kaaba, where he declared it as a sacred shrine of Islam and ordered the destruction of idols to the traditional faith. The higher class of Muslims were those who consisted of ruling families, senior officials, tribal elites, and the wealthiest merchants. There were no hereditary nobility as many contemporary society. The upper class was also born into their culture of Muslims. The five pillars of Islam were belief in Allah and Muhammad and his prophet, standard prayer 5 times a day, and public prayer on Friday at midday to worship Allah, observation of the holy month of Ramadan, including fasting from dawn to sunset, if possible, making a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in one's lifetime, and fiving lambs or zakat to the poor and unfortunate. Those who obeyed the laws were guaranteed a place in eternity paradise. Islam was more of a way of life, not just a set of religious beliefs. Muslim scholars drew up a law code to set prescriptions to regulate daily lives and legal regulations which were collected of sayings of those of the Prophet to use to the supplement revelations contained in the Holy Scriptures. There were also strict behavioral requirements aside from the five pillars. Muslims were not allowed to gamble, eat pork, drink alcoholic beverages, and engage in dishonest behavior. Contacts between unmarried men and women were discouraged, and ideally, marriages were to be arranged by parents. The second class and the third class of Muslims were those who had converted to Islam, and the protected people were Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, Jews, Christians, and they could find familiar events of their own faiths in Islam. Jews were excluded from the social mobility and could have no significant impact on the affairs of the state, and the wealthy were required to conceal their wealth. Eternal expressions of affluence like elaborate attire or unanimated homes defined the Muslims and were perceived as challenging the covenant of the Dhimma. Thus, as in other parts of the Muslim world, and much like the Christian world before the 20th century, those who were watched to improve their social status and economic conditions within the large society could do so only if they converted. From the beginning, Islam had a very powerful state and attracted many to Allah and Muhammad. In Islam, merchants found the religion friendly to commerce and enjoyed the huge, secure area to trade. Another reason to convert was because it was easy. All one had to do was follow the five pillars and you were considered a Muslim. The lowest class were made up of slaves and women. Slavery was widespread, and since Muslims could not be enslaved, the supply came from all over different areas. Mainly slaves were sub-Saharan from Africa from different non-Islamic populations. The two jobs that slaves had was either being employed in the army or the other main job was being a domestic servant. Although unlikely some slaves could purchase their freedom, these slaves who worked as servants in the larger estate experienced what could be considered as the most horrible living conditions, and they had rose to revolt on several occasions. Aside from slaves, women were not treated great either. Women in Islam cultures felt short on the human equality. The way women were treated was not entirely with the uppermost respect. Naturally, the male was the dominant of the two. In the Islamic world, culture, women also were made to cover virtually all parts of their body when appearing in public. In conclusion, people were not necessarily allowed to change their social class groups. It was almost impossible to change these things, how you the classes are categorized. Someone cannot undo the fact of what religion they are born into. Throwing out the first class, second class, and third class are all converters, the protected people who practice Christianity and Judaism. Lastly, slaves and women of the Islamic culture are almost out through to have equivalently respect. Separately from the social classes of Muslim, in order to practice their religion, you must continue with the 5 pillars they do. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you all enjoyed it.